met telle annonce sur le groupe Facebook, sur telle activité par exemple, ou des choses comme ça.
J'ai démarré la diffusion, mais on n'a pas de son pour le moment, d'accord?
Oui, donc les gens vont voir Bienvenue à Jonquière, Welcome to Jonquière.
Exactement.
Excellent.
C'est en
Je verrai ça directement avec Audrey demain, c'est ça?
Pour
le groupe Facebook.
Ah, oui, c'est ça, puis ça presse pas de toute façon, ça peut être demain, ça peut être... Bonsoir tout le monde. Welcome to the webinar about the Jonquiere summer program. My name is Guy Paradis. I am the director of Centre linguistique du Collège de Jonquiere. It's year number 10 for me at le Centre linguistique, and I still really enjoy what I do here and what we do in Jonquiere for students from all across Canada and also from the US and Mexico. Okay, so tonight the idea of the webinar is to give you, students, and hopefully also parents, lots of information, precision about a few items like housing, transportation, key elements that you need to know, that we receive many questions about. I will also answer. I receive many questions from you by email, so I will definitely try to answer all of them. I have a technician with me on my side, so the technician will also look at the YouTube channel and send me the question you're posting on the Facebook. I would say before you post your questions, before you ask your questions, maybe you can wait for me to address the item with the table of content I am about to present. Okay, so this way it will prevent you from asking a question that I will answer or that has been already answered. The webinar, the using YouTube, it means that there is about a 15 seconds delay. So what you receive is basically 15 seconds after I said it, okay? So there is a bit of a delay. Back to the PowerPoint, the table of content for this evening. We're going to talk about the program, how it is structured, what makes us special here at Centre linguistique, the housing, okay, the housing options, transportation, program rules, extra cost activities, how to register, and more like questions at the end. The entire process should take about 50 to 60 minutes. We were a few seconds late because of the spring program webinar, which was just before this one. So let's move to the first component of this evening, the program. The Jonquiere Summer Explore program welcomed 150 students. They are all 16, 17, and 18 years old. And we also have international students, like students from Brazil, Mexico, and the United States. We have a mix of minors and adults. In the province of Quebec, someone who's 18 years old is considered an adult, okay? And this means that we have a mix of students who are like adults and youth. So we have special ways of dealing with that, especially when it comes to housing, and I will address that a little later on when we go to the housing part. The Explore program, okay, it is a combination of classes, 90 hours of French classes in total during the 5-week program, workshops, social cultural activities, and excursions. So there are many mandatory activities, and this is something that is happening all over Canada in all Explore program. And then you have also optional activities, usually more in the evening. We have all levels, which means beginners, intermediate, and advanced classes. We have a special attention this year to beginners, which means that at the beginning of the program, there will be 3 special days for you beginner students, where you will be working intensively with teachers, monitors. You will be also working in a different pavilion than the main group. And the goal for the beginner students during those 3 days is to learn, practice, and learn strategies on how to survive 5 weeks in a French environment. We're going to give you the tools, we're going to give you the key sentences to survive, to have a great experience during this 5-week program. Placement test, this is done online, which means that you will get, in about a month and a half from now, an email with the link to do the online placement test. You will need a computer with speakers, because there is a listening part. So you will do the test at home, and with the test, it will give us the number of beginner classes, intermediate classes, and advanced classes for the program. And it will also help us place students by levels. By example, in a host family, we will always place students according to their French ability. We will have host families welcoming beginner students. We will have other host families welcoming advanced students. Why do we do that? Very easy. The students, if you are in a host family with an advanced student and the other student is a beginner, the advanced students will speak all the time, and the beginner students will feel left out, will feel neglected. So we prevent that by placing students of the same level at the same place. We try to do the same thing at the students' residence with each floor. Then participation is another key element. To participate in the program very actively means speaking French at all time, means going to classes on time, means also going to the workshops, participating in the activities, in the excursions that are included in the program. I would say that failure to participate will have an impact, especially on the transcript, because the number of hours of class is listed on the official transcript you're going to get. And it means that if you're missing 15 hours of class, it will say that you completed 75 of the 90 hours program. And if you want your university or college to give you credits, they may question that. Like, why did you do only 75 hours when the program has 90? Okay? Talking about credits, it is for you to check with the university you will be attending if they will give you credit for your participation in the Explore program. I know, by example, that UBC will recognize the Explore program and give credit. I know that the University of Ottawa does as well. But some universities will not recognize, like a college like us, and will not give credit for you. So please make sure you contact your register office and ask them, okay? We gave the transcript with lots of information, your grade, your final mark, the number of hours, and also we give the course outline so that people, the university can see, oh wow, you did participate in the advanced program, and this is what you learned during the 5 weeks. So this is about it for the program. I'm going to check my notes very quickly here, and I think it looks just fine. So let's move on to what makes us special in Jonquiere. But before I go, okay, I'm going to answer a few questions that we got online. Someone said, oh, the registration online is limited to 16, 17. I'll turn 18. Can I still participate? The answer is yes. The program is for 16, 17, and 18 years of age, 18 years old. So we will have participants from all those ages. Someone said 100% French. If we don't understand, can we ask sometime in English? Good question. The idea of the beginner camp or the beginner 3 days special, I would say, camp is exactly for that. We are going to give you the tools, the key sentences to be able to function in French afterward. You will learn key sentences like, how do we say? How do we say? And you use the English word afterwards. Okay, comment dit-on? And you put the English word. Okay, we'll also ask you, one great tool that you can use at all time would be your cell phone. You can download some very great application and get the vocabulary. Okay, I find that always fascinating when students come to me with the sentence written on their phone and they try to telling me something. Okay, this is also another strategy you can use. So don't worry, you will learn to learn French and you will learn how to enjoy and take risk and have a good time. Another question is, how do I accept the bursary? It is quite easy. You send us an email saying, hi, I accept the bursary for this program, for the Summer Explore program, and you write your name clearly. And this is it. We will send you the acceptance letter, like an official letter that confirms that you are part of the program, and you will need to pay the registration fee. Someone asked, are the dorms available if I arrive early? The answer is no. Okay, and it is an easy question to answer. There is a cost to everything nowadays. So if you arrive early, unless it is like imperative that you arrive 1 day early, you need to write to us, and I will see if we can do something. But the idea is to arrive on the Monday, July 2nd. Okay. Do you have a medical coverage from my provincial plan in Quebec? The answer is yes. All Canadian provinces will recognize the medical insurance of other provinces. So there's not to worry there with that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and I have another sheet of questions that you just sent me, but let's move on to what makes us special. Jonquiere is the small town atmosphere of Jonquiere. Jonquiere is a borough of the city of Saguenay. Jonquiere is about 55,000 people, and the city of Saguenay is 150,000 people. So it's a small city, and the college where the classes are given, where the student's residence is right in the middle of the city, about 10 minutes away from 3 major supermarkets, about 5 minutes away from the main street, the downtown core. The Jonquiere Music Festival is also a great asset for the summer program. This is about, I would say, 10 minutes walk from here. beside a beautiful river. And the music festival is totally free. And it is from Wednesday until Sunday or Saturday. And the music festival is in French. It is a fun event to go to, and it is happening during the first 2 weeks of the program. La fabuleuse histoire d'un royaume. This is the big musical the region became famous for. This is the history of the region done in a huge theater with music, fireworks, special effects. This is like the real thing, the real musical, and you all go there as part of the program. ATM, it is Art et Technologie des Médias, which means television, journalism, radio. Jonquiere is the famous college with this exclusivity in the province of Quebec. We have the most modern facility with television, production, post-production. You will have the opportunity to do a workshop in the ATM pavilion. Indigenous component, this is new for this year. We have a wonderful Innu community about an hour and a half away from Jonquiere. We are going to receive them here with art exposition at the art gallery of the college. There will be also presentation from them, and we will spend a full day there in their community as a group, doing visiting, doing activities there, and also doing crafts. Like, you will come out of this with something in your hands, okay? You will learn. It will be a wonderful experience. The Quebec City trip also, this is a full day of activity. You leave here at 8 a.m. You will come back at around 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. You go to Quebec City. You will have many tours organized in the sense that it's a beautiful heritage site, and this is a wonderful city to walk around. This is part of the program as well. Monitors present and available on campus. There is always someone you can talk to. The monitors are friendly. The monitors are there to motivate you to speak French and also to speak French to you. So do not hesitate to talk to them, and also invite them at your table at the cafeteria at lunchtime. Before we move on, I will answer a few more questions from that we receive online. One of them is, how much money is suggested to be brought for extra trips? I would say extra trips, we're going to talk extra cost activities, we're going to see that in a few minutes, but let's talk about extra money or spending money. You have in the program like accommodation, meals, but of course, if you want snacks outside the meals that are being served at the cafeteria, I will recommend, of course, taking money with you. The word would be to use between $50 to $100 spending money per week. So between $250 to $500 is what I would recommend. Depending, you know yourself. If you're a big spender, maybe 500 is more what you need, and maybe 500 and more. If you are a very economical person, you are like, someone who doesn't spend much, then 250 may be sufficient. Okay. Another question is there a registration fee? The answer is yes. There is a $275 registration fee. And this fee is basically there to secure your spot into the program. The person says, do we have to pay this fee if we have a bursary? The answer is yes. Okay. This is above like the bursary you get, so you have to pay this. How strict is the dress code? If it's a bit shorter than suggested, we are strict about it. We are an education, we are a school, and we are very strict about this policy. We dress appropriately. and there will be staff member. If there is a problem, if there is an issue with the way you're dressed, okay, you'll be met, and we will explain to you what is wrong with what you are wearing. Okay. Are we allowed to get a part-time job on the weekends? The answer is no. You will not have time to get a job here. You have excursions every Saturday. You will have the Sunday to rest and do other activities, but also to wash your clothes and to discover and walk around the city. So the answer is no part-time job. Okay? So let's move on to the next part, the next slide. We have housing, the big housing question. Okay, the housing, basically, let's talk about the students' residence, the preferred option by 16, 17 years old students. The students' residence has a capacity of 200 people. So there is plenty of space for many students. There are single rooms, which means that you have your own bed, your desk, you have your own fridge. Every room is equipped with a fridge. Internet access is available. And also you have a sink in your room. Then on the floor, there is a communal kitchen with a stove, with a microwave oven, and there is also communal bathroom, which means that you have access to shower stalls and you have access also to toilet and also sink again there in the bathroom. The idea here is that we do have female floors and male floor, okay? And of course, in the end, we have maybe a mixed floor, but only one, okay? There is a $20 deposit for key. So it means that if you don't lose your key, you get that $20 at the end of the program. What else? Oh yes, at the residence, you have 3 meals at the cafeteria from Monday till Friday. You have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And on the weekend, you get an allowance. You get a $45 allowance for the weekend. And some people are like asking, but how will I get breakfast? Oh, it's very simple. You can either go to the many grocery stores very close by. You can also have fun and go with friends to the restaurants all across the college to have breakfast. You can also cook your own breakfast at the student's residence. So there are many options for food on the weekend. Last year, it was wonderful to see that one student was offering to cook for other students, and he was basically asking a very like $5, and he was making special noodles and stuff like that. So this is something that could happen again this year. So there's place for a lot of creativity. Some people got pizza, some people got also meals already prepared from the grocery store close by. Okay, host families is a limited options for the summer. We have many students, adult students also participating in another program. We have also Mexican students, all of them living in host families. So there are some host families available as well. About allergies and special needs, some people ask me, how do I write about my special diet needs? Well, it is on the registration form. If you are a vegetarian, you can say, I'm a vegetarian. If you are a vegan, you can say, I'm a vegan, and there is a space for you to write the details. If you have a special condition, by example, you have a disability, this is very important that you contact us. We can access fund, extra fund, to make sure you have a great experience with us, and we will definitely want to discuss with you where will be the best place for you to be during the program? Would it be the student's residence, or would it be in a host family, by example, close to the college? So this is something that can be done. The Explore program has extra funding for special needs like that. About 4 years ago, we had a deaf student in Ottawa taking the ESL, the English as a Second Language program over there, and we provided, the government provided an interpreter for the deaf students, and it cost like lots of money, but at the same time, those funds are there. Okay? Allergies, special needs, make sure you talk about that, and also a special medical condition. If you do not tell us before you arrive, okay, we may have to send you back home. And I'm talking about, by example, a good example of that would be someone with a very anxious disorder, something like that. The student will has spent in the past like 4 days at the hospital. You don't spend time at the hospital alone. We have a monitor with you all the time. This is something that for us cost us a lot of money for one student. Okay, so we need to know before you arrive so that we can prepare for your arrival. And of course, this information is confidential, but knowing that before you arrive will help us, make sure that when you're here, we talk to you and we make sure everything is fine for you. Okay, so it's very, very important that you tell us if you take special pills, if you need anything special, let us know before you come here. More questions that I just got. Okay, someone says, is it possible to arrive a few days late? The answer is yes. Okay, once again, you let me know, you let us know, and we will make sure we get the information properly. The idea is that we want to know when you arrive so that nobody is like left without, without us knowing where you are. Someone said, I still not receive any confirmation email for accepting the bursary. It is possible. We are dealing with 4 programs in 4 different cities. It's actually 5 programs in 4 different cities. The volume is quite high right now, so we may take like a few days to get you the confirmation. Okay, so thank you for your patience there. How do I pay the registration fee? It is coming in a few minutes, but you pay the registration fee when you register. There is, at the end of the process online, there is a PayPal option to pay the registration fee there. Or, like we say also in the email we've sent, you can pay the registration fee on the phone using your credit card. You call my secretary. She is a wonderful person, and you can do the payment over the phone. Some people will say, could we wait a little bit before paying the registration fee? It is okay as well. Let us know, and we will, ask you later to pay. Okay. Next, if you slip up and use your language, which would be English most likely, is there any warning? The answer is yes. It is well listed in the general information package. So you see that there is a 3 warning only policy. You get a warning, you get usually a meeting with the discipline committee. You can also remove 1 warning using 10 fleurs de lis, which is the positive reinforcement that we give to students. Okay, and of course you can only remove 1. The idea, we want you to make efforts to use the French language as much as you can. We are there to support you. We are there to make sure you have a great experience. And I would say, hang out with friends who are speaking French, hang out with the monitors, hang out with the positive people who can help you improve on your French. Are we able to bring over the counter medication with us? I mean, yes, if you want to, if it's like a Tylenol or something that you will usually use at home, okay, it is not to share with anyone else. Of course, you can bring your medication. You know, this is your own decision. How many students per family? This is a very good one. We have host families with 6 bedrooms. We have host families with only 1 bedroom. So it really depends. So by example, if you come with a friend and you really, really want to be with that friend, tell us and write it down, send us an email, and we'll take a special note and we will put you with that friend. Or I cannot guarantee it, but we'll make a good effort to put you with that person. Is there Wi-Fi or hardline in residence? I already answered that. Wi-Fi is available at the student's residence. Okay, so let's move on with more questions. Is the gym accessible in residence? The gym is accessible at the college. We have, there will be hours of operation, especially in the evening after supper, the gym will be open. Deadline to accept or decline the program. The deadline will be Friday, April the 13th. If someone would like to have more time to think about accepting the bursary, write to us and we will give you an extension on the time. If after the April 13th we haven't heard from you, nothing, we are going to basically remove you from the list and give the bursary to someone else on the waiting list. How to alter the fact that I can't eat pork in my registration is already sent, okay? I would say don't worry too much about that. The cafeteria provides excellent meal option, and it will be for you to check on a daily basis the menu, and there are definitely options without pork. Okay, so there is always a vegetarian option, vegan options also available, and like regular meals. Okay, so there's no worries about the fact that if you cannot eat pork, you will ask and it will be easy. Will there be people to meet us at the airport at the train? Yes, once again, in the general information package, we mentioned that if you arrive at the Bagotville-Saguenay Airport, we will be there for you. If you come by train and you arrive on Monday, July 2nd, directly at the train station here in Jonquiere, we will be there to pick you up. If you come by bus and you arrive at the bus terminal here in Jonquiere, you will be picked up by monitors from the program. We also offer, and this is something that will come up actually in the next slide, we do offer a shuttle service between the Quebec City Airport and Jonquiere. So on July 2nd, 2 shuttles will go to the Quebec City Airport. One will leave the airport at 12 noon, and the second one will leave the airport at 6 p.m. So basically, if you travel on Monday, July 2nd, and you arrive to Quebec City, not Montreal, Quebec City, at 10 a.m., then you will be able to catch the 12 noon shuttle. If you come and you arrive at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you will be able to catch the 6 p.m. shuttle from Quebec City. Okay? The shuttle service, you will be able to book that online along with extra cost activities. So you will receive an email, and from April 16th to May 25th, you will have access to the PayPal shop about the Explore program in Jonquiere for the summer program, and you will be able to purchase the shuttle, from the Quebec City airport. Returning to Quebec City, we have one departure, okay, and if we need two buses, we'll put two buses in place. The departure will be on August 4th, Saturday, August 4th, leaving the college at 6 a.m. and you should book your departure for after, I would say 6 a.m., 7, 8. You should book your flight for after 10:30, 11 a.m. on Saturday. Okay, once again, it is $40 for the returning shuttle to Quebec City. So, for transportation, someone also asked in the messages I got from online, someone asked, what if I bring, could my parents visit me during the program? I would say no. Unless it is essential in your life that your parents visit you. The idea of spending 5 weeks in a French environment is not having any disruption to speak English or any other languages. So I would recommend not having disruptions during the program. You can easily do a trip after Explore with your family and visit the region, or you can do a trip also before coming to Jonquiere on the long weekend, the Canada Day weekend, where you could maybe spend a day or two in Montreal or other areas of the province. Okay. More question here. I am answering. Do we have to send you our itinerary if we already book our flight? The answer is yes, yes, big time yes. We need your arrival time. We need the flight number. We need to know all this information, because when it is Monday, July 2nd, we have all the information set out, and we know that students, Sean is arriving on that flight on that day, and we also connect to the Facebook group to find out if there is any news from a student, any problem. The students will write on the Facebook group that information. Is there any pool accessible? Sorry. Yes, there is a pool. There is a pool. There is an outside pool very close to the college. It is actually free, and it will be part of the optional activity to go there with a monitor and have a dip in the pool. Is there any parking for residents? The college has 3,000 students during the school year. There is lots and lots of parking space available all around the college, especially during the summer, since there are no regular students around. Okay, I got question on my phone. This is a bit of a surprise. Someone is asking, will there be a shuttle to the train station on August 4th? This is a good one. We do not provide transportation to the train station. We do not provide transportation to the bus station or the airport from the college, the local airport in Bagotville. The idea is very simple. We will get you organized with other students, and you will go by taxi to the airport, or you will go, the bus station from here, from the college, is about 10 minutes away, walking. It's very close by. The train station, the train will leave only on Sunday night, and the train station is about, what I would say, maybe 15 minutes walk, less than that, from the college. So it's very easy for you to walk there, or to take a taxi there will be costing you almost nothing. Okay, the cost of living in Jonquiere is extremely low in comparison to, by example, big cities like Vancouver, Toronto, or by example, Halifax, where I was last weekend. So the shuttle to the train station. Next one is how do you cook in the residence? Is there a kitchen? I already said that there are kitchen on every floor. The students' residence has 13 floor. There are like 13 kitchens equipped with a stove, a microwave oven. Remember that you have a fridge, your own personal fridge in your room. Okay, so I would recommend bringing some cooking stuff, I'm sorry, I'm missing the word, pots and pans, but not too many, because it is easy for you to go to the store close by where they sell used stuff, and you will find out that people really help each other, and you can share and also cook with easily at the kitchen on the weekend. Are there any subsidies available for transportation? The answer is no. One place you can look at subsidies, maybe your school board, maybe your own school, but the program already covers, for bursary students, covers the meals, accommodations, classes, many activities, many excursions, so there is no subsidies, unfortunately, for transportation. Do we share rooms with people? I said that all the rooms at the students' residence are single room, okay? So there are no room sharing. There is one bed per room, and all the rooms are single. In some host families, exceptionally, we may have a few host families who which have 2 beds in the same room, but it is also something not very common. Another question is, can you request to be on the co-ed floor? If you feel fine with that, sure, why don't you let us know, and we will place you on the co-ed floor. Next, moving on with the program rules. Okay, so the program rules, it's very easy. The use of French, of the French language, you will sign a Pledge of Honor starting at the beginning of the program. The idea with the Pledge of Honor is basically to commit to the idea of using the French language as much as possible. Like I said, beginner students will get special help at the beginning of the program so they can function very well during the 5-week experience. Attendance in class and mandatory activities. I'm sorry, there's a mistake here with class. There should not be E at the end of class. It is written in French, sorry about that. Mandatory activities are, by example, the workshops. There are also, by example, the visit to the Innu village, the visit to Quebec City. And of course, if you have a reason for not participating, you come and see me and we will discuss that, or we will talk to your parents, by example, if you are under 18 years old. Curfew, extremely important. We want to make sure everyone is safe and at the residence by 10:30 from Sunday to Thursday, and by 11:30 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. There are exceptions to that. When the music festival is on, the music festival ends at 11 p.m. So you are allowed to arrive at 11:15 at the residence. Okay, so we are like flexible only during the festival, but other than that, we have a procedure. We make sure that everyone is in his or her room. And if we don't have someone, if we're missing someone, we're going to go and knock at your door and check if you're there. If you're not there, we will definitely put a team to look out for you. Okay? Alcohol and drugs. Alcohol and, of course, drugs are totally forbidden all over the campus. For minor students, it is forbidden. If you are caught drinking, if you are caught intoxicated, okay, you are basically going home. If you are over 18 years old, or if you are 18 years old and over, you have access, you can go and go into town and drink, I would say, responsibly. Okay, you have the age for to do that. We are certainly not here at the program encouraging any drinking, and there will be no alcohol at the students' residence whatsoever, for the good reason that we have underage students there. So this is something to really think about. If you're over 18 and your plan is to come here and party, this is not going to happen. So I think maybe you should think about that twice. But if your plan is to come here and enjoy a 5-week learning French and having a good time with other students doing fun activities, then I think this is the place for you. Violence and harassment. We have a zero tolerance policy here at the college. If you are a victim, or if you harass people or bully people, okay, you will be met. We have a counselor here, and we will also be, if depending on how severe it is, you may be sent home again. Social media. We have a social media policy. It is easy to vent frustration on, by example, the Facebook group. If you're unhappy about something, I would like you to be quite responsible and come and vent your frustration in my office. Okay, I am a very open person. I am a good listener, and I'm sure we can find maybe a solution to your frustration. We have a great counselor here, but when we put stuff on social media, on the Facebook group, it is something that is respectful. It is something also that shows responsibility and appropriate. So make sure you put that in your head, because we will be quite strict about that. And at the same time, please use the social media to talk and exchange with other students. Let's continue with the extra cost activities. The extra cost activities, we have only 3. I'm actually lost in my sheet. Okay, we have rafting, we have aerial rope course, and kayaking. You will get an email with the information on about how to buy the extra cost activity. It will be available from April 16th to May 25th, 2018. I'm telling you right away, if there are a limited amount of space available for each of these activities, and when it is sold out, the item will not be available on the list for purchase. So make sure, maybe the idea would be to purchase quickly. Also available on that will be the shuttle bus from the Quebec City Airport. It will be, you will be able to purchase that at the same time. This is it for extra cost activities. Some people say like, oh, there are very few, but if you look at the calendar, there are not many days where you have a lot of time or free time. Very good question that I just got here right now. Is linen provided in dorms? The answer is yes. Do you have towels and personal hygiene items in the dorms? The answer is no. So the towels are provided, but you need to bring your own towel, your own shampoo, soap, facial cloth, okay? How do I ensure that I am not on the mixed gender floor? Let us know when you write on your registration form. You make sure you check female, male, and you can also add a little note saying, very important, I want to be female floor only, and we will respect that. Is it safe to walk around campus at night? Excellent question. The answer is a big yes. But you will walk on the campus at night before curfew, of course. Jonquiere, Saguenay is a very, very, very safe city, one of the safest probably in the country. Since the people in the city knows you're here, you can even go and knock at someone's door if you're lost, and they will, help you find your way back to the school, or they will let you use their phone, or they will call us. So don't worry about that. And the same thing applies. If students are noisy at night, I will most likely get a call the next day saying, oh, Monsieur Paradis, I think some of the students were disrupting or quite noisy at this place in town last night, and I will, of course, intervene. So we have a good relationship, the city and the program. So yes, it is safe to walk around, but at the same time, we always recommend and strongly recommend that you walk with other students. You never go around alone in a city. Okay? I have an EpiPen. Do I have to hand one in to anybody? If so, how many should be brought? Excellent questions. I would say for this one, you need to talk to me directly, and we will discuss how severe is your allergy, and how many EpiPen do you have at school, by example, right now, and we'll make kind of a special intervention plan in place for you. Okay, so make sure you let us know. Okay, in the registration form, there is a space we talk about special medication or something like that. Write EpiPen, and we will contact you to discuss that with you. Okay. Next, we move on to the how to register. Many of you already did it. Okay, you go to the website or you go directly to languejonquiere.ca/English/registration, and you will arrive. You will get a page with many different programs. Jonquiere, the language center, the Centre Linguistique, has many programs in many different cities. Okay, we have satellite schools, so you have to make sure you pick the Explore, the summer session, from July 2nd to August 4th, or I think it's maybe July 3rd to August 3rd, and make sure you register at the right place. If you need extra time to decide, once again, you write us a message saying, I will need until April 25 to make a decision about the program since I have another offer somewhere else and I need to wait until that time. Let us know. You will get an extension, okay? And need extra time to pay the registration fee, okay? Then let us know again, and there's no worries about that. Some people say, like, when I get to the end of the registration, nothing happened. And you're right, nothing happened, but we get, as soon as you write a letter, we get information, we get a registration. So if you do everything except the paying part, you are registered and you will receive a letter from us. Once again, we have a large volume and it may take a few days, to get the confirmation. But, don't worry, we are getting there. We are processing a large volume of registration right now. Last slide, okay. One comment that was made is about reaching parents during the program. I think this is more a question for me. Do make sure when you put the registration form, when you send us the responsibility exemption form, okay, this is a form that has to be filled by you and signed by your parents. Make sure you give us your parents' contact numbers or emergency numbers, because it did happen in the past that we tried to connect with someone and there is no answer. Okay, this is very important that we can contact your parents if you are under 18 years old. It is very, very important. Is it right to talk my native language with my parents on the phone? The answer is, of course, it is okay to speak with your parents in your native language. The question is when you will talk to your parents. If you call your parents during the break, during the break in the morning, I will have a problem with that. I think you should set a time to talk to your mom and dad when you go back to the residence after dinner, by example, from 6:30 to 7, where you can close your door of your bedroom and have a conversation with mom and dad. I don't want you to do calls to speak to mom and dad like on a daily basis at any time. So please set a special time where you know it is quiet, and this is a good time to speak in your language. What email is used to change my registration form? You cannot change your registration form, but you can send us a message telling us what you would like to change on your form. We have a huge database here, okay? And what we do is taking your registration form and we import it into our database. So only my staff can, after that, modify the database. So when you send us the change, my team will change that directly into the database. And also, when you send us your travel plan, like your flight number, is your mom and dad driving you here? So when we get that information, your confirmation of travel arrangements, we will also put that information for you into the system. Who do we send the registration form? Who do we send the registration form?
It's online. It's online.
Yeah, it's online. Or you can also use the one in the registration package. Okay, at the end of the registration package, there is the registration form is there. You can print that, fill that, scan it, and you can send it to us along with the responsibility exemption form. If we register online, do we still need to send confirmation for bursary? If you register online, do we still need to send confirmation for bursary? You will get the confirmation from us. If you got a bursary, you already are participating in the webinar. So you need, okay, you registered online. Yes, you please send a confirmation to us, okay? Because the idea is to send a confirmation and register after. I see that in your case, you registered and you did not send the confirmation. Please send still a confirmation, okay? So that we don't forget you or you don't fall between like in the cracks, by example. More questions? Can I have a problem reading you, I'm sorry. Can?
17 years old.
Can the 17 years old stay with the host family? The answer is yes. A 16 years old can stay with a host family, of course. The only restriction we have for host family is that we have no host families who would take students who are vegetarian or vegan, even like lactose intolerant or gluten-free diet. We don't have host families who do that. So you will have to stay in the student's residence, which is quite a nice place to stay as well. But of course, you can ask for the host family. Can I bring my bike? The answer is yes. You can bring your bike. The Cégep, the college, also has bike for rent. So it is possible to rent a bike here for the cost of $50 for 5 weeks. Extremely affordable. Any more questions? Let me see if I got more on my phone. It doesn't look like it. And I will check one last time some question if I didn't answer them. The meal situation and the internet situation, like we already answered that. The college, the entire college has free Wi-Fi and the students' residence as well. I would say that 99% of the host families have also internet available. Are we allowed to go out and do our own things so long as we attend class, or do we have to be present on campus at all time? You have to be on campus for all the mandatory activities. If not, then yes, you do have free times and you are free to do things on your own with friends, okay, as long as it is safe and as long as you respect the curfew. But there are many activities proposed by the program here. Okay, for people living in a host family, you may want to stay with them, enjoying an evening at home with them, or a special weekend as well. Some host families will say, let's go to the cottage this weekend, and you will have a special permission from me and also from your parents to do that. Where do we notify the campus of our dietary restrictions? I already talked about that. It's on the registration form. Make sure you check the right box, and you can also add information. I have looked over the registration form and there doesn't seem to be a section where I can write that. There is a section where you can write that. Who do we talk to and where do we go once we arrive if we are coming by car? In the registration package, we give you the address of the college. And basically it's 2505 St. Hubert Street. This is the tallest building in the city. You cannot miss the college. And you will see there will be people outside. There will most likely be a bus, a mini bus, and you will easily find the place. You will also get the GPS program to the Jonquiere address that is in the general information package. Very easy to find. For Saturdays, will we be taken somewhere where we can purchase breakfast before the daily activities? You'll be fine to manage that on your own. Like I said, you can go to the restaurant with other friends. You can also buy the night before milk and cereal and leave that in your room, by example. Can family, friends come to visit if we have free time on weekends, etc.? The answer is no. No, no. Is there an option to have a private bathroom and pay for it? The answer is no. The student's residence has like bathrooms for all on each floor. Is there a piano available at the college that I would be able to use? The answer is yes. There is a music room at the college, so there's a piano there. There is also a piano here in our administrative office for you to use and practice. If you have a musical instrument, you can bring your own musical instrument and play music in the music room as well. Someone also said, I have a walking disability and use a walker to get around. The person, I guess, here is concerned that she may have to participate in all activities. The answer is, we will talk to you and we will never ask someone to do things that are dangerous for them. So, of course, in your case, you know, you will not be participating in some of the activities, like the hike to Trinity Cape, where it is an hour and a half hike up the hill. You know, this will not be happening for you, but many activities you'll be fine. Is there a list of which activities are accessible? We can easily discuss that with you. Okay, since we don't know your disability much, it's hard for us to give you a list of activities, but the activities are listed on the calendar we sent you when you got the bursary. Okay, and is it possible to receive credit? We already answered that. Last question. Are rooms air conditioned? The answer is no. The Jonquiere, the Saguenay region is up north. Today, by example, we have received 25 centimeters of snow. Most of the schools are closed here because of the major snowstorm. Last 2 years ago, we had snow in May. It is really usually not that hot here. Okay, I would even recommend bringing a jacket. You bring a raincoat, and if it does get hot, we do provide fans for the rooms. Okay, especially the upper floor of the residence where it can get a little hot. Okay, but no, there's no air conditioning in this part of Canada, simply because it's really never really hot here. Okay, and we laugh because, I mean, we have a program in Hamilton, Ontario, and yes, there it is essential to have air conditioning. Here, this is not essential. That's it. I'd like to thank you very much for joining us this evening. And I thank you for all your questions. I hope I was able to clarify and answer as many questions as possible. Remember to join the Facebook group. Remember also to write to us if there is more information you need to get. Remember that you will receive an email soon about the extra cost activities about the shuttle, and you will receive also another email about the online placement test in French. This is essential that you do it. You remember to let us know about your arrival time, your mean of transportation, how you will get here, okay, and we'll add that to your registration. Okay, thanks again, and hopefully many of you will come and spend a wonderful 5 weeks with us this summer. Good evening.